The time is finally here. Welcome to 6 Degrees of Sass Unfiltered, where bold meets beautiful and classy meets a little bit crazy. We are 6 women with 6 perspectives, here to laugh, vent, and keep it real. From the messy to the magical, where no topic's off limits. We're missing 2 of our hosts in the studio today, but the conversation's still going to be just as real and just as unfiltered. So grab your drink, pull up a seat, and let's get a little unfiltered, shall we?
Hey y'all, I'm Kimberly, and welcome to the first episode of 6 Degrees of Sass Unfiltered. Around here, you're going to get the truth, raw, real, and a little bit sparkly. I've never been one to sugarcoat, so expect hot takes, laughter, and maybe a little side-eye. This space is about stories, conversations, and connections, with just the right amount of sass. So buckle up and let's get into it. If I was to describe myself in 3 words, it would be creative, soulful, and magnetic. And the red flag that I ignore every time, mixed signals. When they say just enough to keep me hooked, but not enough to be consistent. My toxic trait that I kind of love is I believe in fairy tales, but only if I'm the main character and they chase me like a plot twist. And the savage version of my toxic trait that I love is my energy is addictive, and sometimes I've weaponized it. Give them enough to stay obsessed and then disappear long enough to make them question everything.
Hey everyone, I'm Mandy, and this is my slice of 6 Degrees of Sass, healing energy, awkward charm, and an innocent playfulness that makes hearts curious, keeps them captivated, and invites them back for more. This space isn't about perfection, it's about truth. It's about showing up real, raw, and sometimes a little messy, but always from the heart. If I had to describe myself in 3 words, those words would be authentic, resilient, and messy. Authentic because I don't do fake and I don't accept fake in my relationships and not in myself. For me, authenticity means I live out loud, whether that's joy, heartbreak, frustration, fear, or hope. It's not just about being myself, it's about giving other people permission to do the same. Because real connection only happens when we stop pretending, when we stop performing, and when we let people see us exactly as we are. Awkward pauses, cracked voices, messy emotions, and all. And that's what I want to bring here, the kind of honesty that reminds people they're not alone in being human. Resilient because life has broken me down more times than I can count. I've been homeless, I've been heartbroken, and I've lost pieces of myself along the way. Resilience isn't about never breaking, it's about not staying broken. It's not glamorous, it doesn't look like motivational quotes or neatly tied up success stories. Sometimes resilience is dragging yourself out of bed when you don't want to exist. It's starting over at square one with nothing but hope. And sometimes there's not even hope. It's just taking a deep breath and saying, I'm not giving up today. And then there's the messy. A mix of grounded chaos, deep, emotional, funny, flirty, and fierce. I feel everything, sometimes too much, but that's what keeps me real. Some people think being emotional makes you weak, but I know that's my superpower. Because feeling deeply means I care. It means I love hard, I hurt hard, and I still choose to believe in people, in healing, and in new beginnings. I've stopped apologizing for being too much. Messy is my magic. It's the heartbeat behind every version of me. And I lost the rest of my script.
It happens.
And this is the messy part. So we're gonna go with the red flag that I always ignore is I actually don't notice red flags. I think I just kind of fall for them. So that's great.
Right.
But the toxic trait that I love would be love bombing, and I will give it, I will fall for it, and I'll believe in love every single time.
Hey, y'all. It's Angela Ray. And, well, first off, welcome. Me in 3 words: mysterious, vibrant, and spontaneous. Mysterious because, well, I do what I want and you're never going to know what I'm thinking. Vibrant because I like things flashy, loud. Some may even say intimidating. Spontaneous because kind of goes hand in hand with mysterious. I do what I want. Somebody could call me and be like, hey, you want to go on a road trip to another state, on a Friday night? I'd be like, yeah, sure, I'll go on. I mean, hell. My biggest red flag that I ignore every single time: tall and handsome. Love them tall ones. Bonus points if they're tattooed. That's all I'm saying. Walking beautiful, beautiful, beautiful red flags, but every damn time. My toxic trait that I kind of love, and by kind of, I mean really love, is I match energy. I will walk away at the first hint of switching up, vibe change, or if you just, for some reason, stop speaking to me, I won't bother to contact you. And if I see you again in public, I will walk right past you like I never even knew you. I don't care how deep of a level we knew each other. I don't care what we went through. Like, I'll match your vibe. You won't exist. You're not going to like it. But that's what you get from me.
I'm Lindsay. I was born on Halloween, which will explain my love of all things horror, including movies, and my dark sense of humor as you get to learn more about each one of us. If I had to describe myself in 3 words, I would say that I am sarcastic, very empathetic, and just the right amount of complicated, depending on who you ask. A red flag that I ignore every time is probably those who are mysteriously unavailable. As far as a toxic trait I secretly love would have to be those who tend to be a little arrogant and full of themselves.
I feel very called out right now, Lindsay.
You and me both, girl.
It's yours.
Scorpio life.
For real. Yep. Meanwhile, my audio is messed up again, so I'm done with that.
I want to try to get my mom and sister on, y'all, but my mom's kind of technologically challenged, so she might need like a lot of help. But
I just want to know why I can't. It stopped in the mist, so now y'all are coming out of my phone again. I don't know.
Is that why
Hopefully
I kind
they
of heard an
couldn't hear
echo
me
for some of
fumbling
it?
around when you guys were speaking.
No, but I think this is a great show of who we are and what we're doing.
For sure.
It's a learning process.
Oh, definitely.
So this is Kimberly again. And the reason why I wanted to start this podcast was because last year I had went on so many damn dates that I started a Chronicles of Dating vlog on TikTok. And I mean, it took off. The guys were more interested in this. It was crazy. If I didn't have a date, they would be like, wait, I need to know what's going on. And I just like opened up, and it was just easy to just talk about it. And, it was getting a lot of attention. And so I thought that would be a great segue into doing that. And then I met Lindsay, and here we are. And sisterhood to me is simple. We rise together and we rise higher. And of course, storytelling is how we pass our power on. It's proof that none of us are alone. Humor is survival. It keeps the hard stuff from breaking us. Empowerment isn't about being perfect. It's about being real and lifting each other up. When women share stories, laughter, and truth, that's where the magic happens. Because women's stories deserve a mic, not a mute button.
That's right.
Absolutely.
Amen.
Hey everyone, so it's Mandy again, and I came in to the podcast a little later than everybody else, But I said yes to 6 Degrees of Sass because I know the power of speaking your truth. I know what it feels like to believe you're the only one struggling and the freedom that comes from realizing you're not alone. If my story or the story of these beautiful women alongside me can inspire someone else to keep going, then I've done what I've come here to do. For me, this is also tied to my passion and my purpose, which is energy healing, because for so long I thought the only way to heal was to keep pushing through, bury the pain, pretend, and smile anyway. But healing doesn't mean pretending. It means releasing and returning to yourself piece by piece, breath by breath. I want to share that because you don't have to stay broken. You don't have to stay numb. There are ways back to peace, and there are ways back to you.
Hey, it's Angela again. Yeah, I'm still here. I didn't go anywhere. I know, much to y'all's disappointment. But I've actually always wanted to do something like this. I just had no idea, like, how do you start on something like that? Like, hell, I don't know. I just knew I wanted to do it because I have some interesting stories, some interesting takes. Lived a fairly interesting life, I would like to think, and I'm just brazen and bold and in your face just in general. So this is a natural step for me. But, like I said, I had no idea how to start. Well, there were some amazing women that I started following, and quickly it was just more than, a follower of theirs. Like, I related to them in humor, in spirit, in all kinds of different things. And they welcomed me aboard, and so here I am. And aside from just all of the ways that we relate, like, I've found a very comforting, judgment-free, safe space. There were a lot of times that I just felt like, nobody understands me, nobody gets me, and I was wrong when I came into this, and I'm very happy for the amazing friends that I had found. As you get to know me, you'll know, again, my humor is crude, dark, and sometimes just absolutely stupid, but it's hilarious. Which I think, being able to do that also leads into, the empowerment bit. Just not caring. I'll clown anybody. I'll clown even myself. And if you get offended, I'm going to clown that too. But also it's living your truth, being bold, brave, and loud, especially as women. It's 2025. It shouldn't be this way, but they're still trying to silence us, still judging us, still comparing us, trying to fit us into a mold that we don't belong in.
Hey,
and I will throw that in your face. I mean, if you look at my social media, honeys, you will see I don't care, and I will put it all out there. And I mean, sisterhood, I mean, I did have words on that, but I didn't actually need them because all of my hosts that went before me kind of covered that. It's understanding, it's love, it's camaraderie, it's all of those things, and it's no judgment, and it's just it's like a home feeling, honestly.
I love that.
Yes.
Gave me goosebumps. So from my perspective, this is Lindsay again on why we started this podcast. As one of these beautiful co-hosts have already explained, we wanted somewhere where we could be real, share our stories, lift each other up, and just laugh through the light lessons of life. We all actually met through networking. And then we quickly realized we were building something bigger than just business, but a community. So now we have a whole family of amazing networkers, and we can't wait to have them come join us as guests so that we can share their expertise and they can promote their business journeys with us.
Yes, I cannot wait to have Michael Yancey on as a guest.
I can't wait to have my mom and sister. Yes. My sister. She doesn't know that, but she's gonna. I'm gonna get her too, because it's gonna be. It's gonna be a trip,
She'll have to be on
for
sure.
And I mean, one of the 6 degrees of Sass commandments, thou shalt tell the truth even if your mama is listening.
Yes. And Mom,
Hi,
we
Mom.
love you. You're our biggest fan.
Hi, Mom. I know you already know a lot of this stuff, so, surprised she won't be, but maybe a little embarrassed, but, she's lived with it for almost 40 years out of me, so she'll just roll.
So excited.
So we're not polished, we're not perfect. We're just 6 women showing up real, raw, and ready to talk about the stuff everyone else avoids. This isn't your typical podcast where we pretend everything's fine or wrap life lessons up in a pretty bow. You're going to hear about love, loss, healing, heartbreak, wild stories, real laughter, and those moments when you realize maybe the mess is the magic. We'll talk about everything: friendships, boundaries, energy, sex, trauma, and all the weird, beautiful stuff that comes to us as humans. So no, this isn't just girl talk. It's real talk, unfiltered, unapologetic, probably a little chaotic, just how we like it.
A little.
As you can hear.
What are you going to say?
I thrive in chaos. That's why I belong here.
I think that I do too.
You do.
My whole life is chaos.
I'm telling you. Even though it was a meme, like, it was dead ass. Like, I don't need to have a midlife crisis. My whole life is an ongoing crisis. And I'm like, I felt that in my soul.
Girl, I just made my 38th move in my life. Oh, and I got some juicy stuff about something I can't spill yet, but y'all are going to love it.
Little teaser.
Oh,
wait.
Mm.
It kind of goes in with me moving 38 times.
Okay.
So, what unfiltered means to me is that it's raw honesty, even when it's messy, and being bold, a little savage, but always real. What sass means to me is confidence with a bite, a flirty fire, playful defiance. Kind of like us Texans like to say, bless your heart.
Unfiltered to me means no mask, no apologies. It means showing up as you are, flaws, scars, awkwardness, sass, sweetness, and all the messy in between. I'm proud of who I am, and if you take anything away from me being here, I hope it's this. You can survive hard things, you can smile through the pain, and you can absolutely find peace in the chaos. We're just getting started.
Unfiltered to me means no fear, brazen, clap back in their face. But most of all, don't lie. And don't lie. Even if you're the villain in the story, always just put it out there, because there were plenty of times I was the guilty one. Good, bad, or indifferent. I will say it how it is, even if my role in it was not squeaky clean. Sass. I mean, to put it simply, sass, in my mind, sass means fuck 'em.
Yes.
I like it. I'll take it.
Sister?
To me, unfiltered is just being real, sharing the messy, hilarious, and all the complicated parts of life without holding back. It's telling the stories that we all live, but don't usually say out loud because we aren't comfortable sharing those stories. It's being honest, humorous, and of course, a little sassy. It's about showing up as yourself, owning the chaos in life itself, and letting others to be able to do the same. That's what this podcast is, a place to be human, messy, and totally unfiltered. Although, darn. All right. Ready? Being unfiltered isn't always pretty, but it's real, and that's what we're here for. Thanks for listening, and don't forget to love yourself a little harder, laugh a little louder, and keep it unfiltered. Until next time.
Beautiful.
Love yourself harder, take that which-ever way you please, y'all.
Oh.
Well, I mean, one thing came to mind.
Yeah, Matthew went in a very naughty direction.
Leave it to Angela to do that. Come on now. Leave it to Angela. Yeah. Y'all already know.
All right. Thank you for joining in for 6 Degrees of Sass Unfiltered. We hope you come back, and please give us a follow on all our platforms. Peace out.
Bye.
Kiss, kiss.